Hi, everyone. From 1Route, I'm Jeffrey Ross, and you're watching the 1Route Roundup, the show that spotlights individuals making a positive difference in the telecom industry. I also want to introduce our very own Alyssa Giles, who will be co-hosting with us this season, and we're excited to have her. Today, we're joined by Megan James, currently the Director of Product Management at Latro. She's previously been the Product Manager and Lead Fraud Analyst at Latro, a graduate from Mercyhurst University with a degree in intelligence studies. It's obvious Megan knows fraud and the intelligence and analytics that come along with it. Megan, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jeffrey. Nice to be here.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
We are on this side of the dirt, so we can't complain. Megan, so we always like to ask everybody that comes on the show, where in the world are you today?
Sure. So I'm based in Dubai, UAE. I moved here with my husband about 3 years ago from the East Coast in the US. And yeah, based here now.
When does it get hot in Dubai? I know it's always hot in Dubai, comparatively speaking, but when does it really?
Yeah, around June is when it will really start to heat up, but it's already starting to heat up a little bit today. Like within the past week or so, we're starting to reach like high 80s in Fahrenheit.
Wow.
So summer is coming.
So how long did it take you to switch to learning Celsius?
I still have not learned. I only know the temperature that I like my room to be in when I sleep, and that's about it.
Hot is hot, so it
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah. Well, Megan, we always love to hear about our guest journey and how they got to where they are today. So, what got you into the telecom industry?
As Jeffrey mentioned, I had a degree in intelligence studies, which is sounds, I think, really fancy and isn't really that common of a degree.
It's
But
from
basically,
your spy school.
yeah, from my spy school. So a lot of people with my background and my degree end up working for national security agencies or law enforcement agencies, or do competitive business intelligence. So I wasn't entirely sure on what I wanted to do when I graduated, and I ended up stumbling upon Latro. So that was towards the end of my senior year. I knew nothing about telecom. I only knew that I liked my cell phone. I liked texting. I knew nothing else. And yeah, I ended up getting the job. So I was actually hired at the time initially to be a business admin because they didn't have any openings for a fraud analyst. And I think pretty confident that I received the fastest promotion in Latro history. I arrived on the first day and they were like, look, business is increasing. Congratulations, you're a fraud analyst. So that's kind of how I got in. And yeah, I kind of learned everything from telecom there over the next coming up on 8 years working for Latro.
There you go.
Very
So who
cool.
was the first person you met at Latro? We're gonna put you on the spot if it's a good one or not.
One of the first people that I met was David Bott. So he's a project manager for us. He's actually one of my husband's really good friends, and they were roommates for a while when we were dating.
Okay.
But yeah, he was one of the first people I met at the career fair at Mercyhurst University.
Yeah. It's all about who
Yeah.
you know, people.
Yeah.
All about who you
Yep.
know. So you moved 3 years ago. I'm assuming you were over in Pennsylvania and then moved over to Dubai a little over 3 years ago.
Yeah, I was actually based in Northern Virginia. We had a small office there
Oh, cool.
for a while. So yeah, moved from Northern Virginia outside of Washington, D.C.
So Megan, we know that Latro does a great job at being present in, I would say, many of the main regions around the world. With that being said, and with your previous positions of analyzing fraud and looking at all the different types out there, do you think there's an area of the world that maybe you've seen, or an area of the world, I should say, that y'all have found to be more advanced in the fight against fraud, or maybe more open to new technologies in fighting fraud?
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel that we've seen some operators and within specific countries within the Middle East that have even become more advanced in the past few years, or more interested in more advanced services like mobile money and things like this. But I really think that it's generally more related to maybe if it's a group operator or a smaller operator, that has a lot to do with it as well too. So a lot of the operators that are related to a larger group like MTN, for example, or Zane, depending on their strategies, are usually a little bit more advanced or a little bit more aggressive.
That's really cool. Yeah, I noticed we came through Dubai back in November, December timeframe on our way to Ethiopia. And one thing I found really interesting is how OTT apps like WhatsApp. I was trying to call on WhatsApp and it was just nothing.
Yeah.
So that was a
Yeah.
learning curve.
Yeah, it's fully blocked here. So in order to use any of those services, you usually have to connect to a VPN. If you have the ability to do that, I probably shouldn't say that while being recorded.
All right, editing people, cut out the
Yeah, cut
secret.
that part out.
Cut out the bypass there. No, but that's I don't know. I guess on one hand, that's a good way for telcos to solve the problem of voice declining.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It really makes it hard for a lot of the people who live here. So I think it's like 80 or 85% of the residents in the UAE are expats like myself. So all of these people are trying to call their families, talk to their families, in international different countries. So it makes it really complicated, and obviously paying for an international plan, it's not feasible for a lot of people.
So, Megan, as we see diversity in the workplace continue to gain more momentum in our industry here and everywhere, pretty much, can you tell us a little bit what it's like working as a female in the Middle East?
Yeah, sure. So, well, I'll start off, I guess, with a little story. I remember when I told my family that I was thinking of moving to Dubai, into the Middle East, their first questions were all the same, like, do they speak English there? Or what do you have to dress like? Can you like, what are the restrictions as a female and all these things. So I think that where I'm physically sitting in Dubai, is not much different than how it is in the US and a lot of Western countries for females. Women have a lot of freedom and a lot of rights here. So it's totally different as we're saying the Middle East and generalizing
Right.
how it is here in Dubai. So yeah, and I've been really lucky. I think Latro, we have like a really good family, I would even say, with our employees. And even though it is primarily all males, yeah, they all make me feel like really comfortable. And I feel like sometimes I look around the room and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the only like female here, and I realize I've been the only female there for like many days on end and stuff. So I don't know.
Okay, so I'm going to ask this selfishly, as I have two daughters. Do you see, or have you seen over the past few years, not just with Latro, obviously, but industry-wide, are you starting to see more opportunities in technology, telecom, and all of that in regards to diversity?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'll even say within Latro, I think we're at our peak right now in female employees, which I think is around 13 females, which is the highest volume that we've had. I think that's out of around 60 or so full-time employees. But yeah, I definitely think so. I like females in telecom because I feel like they are very confident and strong-willed and can get along with all the guys around them. And they're usually, I feel like, one of the most respectable ones in the room.
That's awesome. I love it. So this is, again, I look forward to, as my kids get older, and knowing that there's opportunities for them regardless. It doesn't matter, male, female, whatever. If you got the smarts and you got the ability, man, the world is your wish, so to speak. But I like what you're saying. There is a certain generalization that we have here in the States about other areas of the world. And it's like the first time I went to Africa, and I went to Johannesburg for my very first trip to Africa. And for the audience who has not been to Johannesburg, it's just an extremely large city. So for Texas, it's like going to Houston. But my family was the same. They're like, so, do you have to worry about lions and, all this stuff? It's like, no, it's just a normal city.
Yeah.
Watch out for the lions. Not in the city, maybe outside. We think and we believe Latro is doing awesome stuff. Latro continues to be at the forefront, and they're leading the way, doing incredible work for our industry, and you're part of that, especially now in your current role, Director of Product Management. Y'all got some great stuff currently, probably amazing stuff in the works. In your opinion, can you tell us what you think Latro is doing a great job at?
Yeah, and actually this is kind of related to some internal conversations that we've been having within Latro lately as well too. I think no matter what the service or the product is that we offer, they all have one thing in common, and what our clients are constantly complimenting us in, and why they're choosing to renew with us. And that truthfully is the people behind them. I think that Latro is really good at providing value, at finding any way that we can help make our clients' jobs and their lives easier, even if that's a little outside of the scope of what we originally agreed to. I think we have a lot of experts on our team who have a wide range of experience and a ton of telecom knowledge. And all of that together is really what I think makes our company different than others in the industry.
That's awesome. So I don't know how much you can say, but is there anything in the works that maybe we can like peek behind the curtain and have a little inside information? Is there some new products on their way? You can probably just say yes or no. Yes.
Yeah, I can give you. Yeah, I guess it'd be a little awkward if I said no, huh?
It'd be like, no, just do it. We're just kicking butt and taking names.
Yeah, definitely. I can give you a little preview. So we've been working on for the past few years a new kind of product line, which is really a complementary, and as we see as the next steps for Latro and the industry, focus more on data analytics. So we're talking about providing new insights to data feeds that are already valuable to operators, but maybe they don't have the capacity or the means to analyze them, to really visualize them, and to take action from that data, as well as providing AI and ML capabilities to operators as well too. So we have a team of data scientists who are prepared and working together to try to find new ways that operators can use AI ML in their strategies for operators to really get them to that next level. So that's one of the things that we're working on, and that product line is called Versalytics Intelligence.
Are you gonna keep with the Versa names for all the new products?
It seems like Don really likes this, so
that's okay. Don, we'll stick with what works. Versa. Well, I'm glad you brought up data scientists, because we have some data scientists as well. Maybe not with data analytics, but Megan, I think you would agree, maybe not, but when you go to conferences or business meetings or whatever it might be, you you talk with a lot of people. You talk to us, you talk to people on Zoom, whatever, but you really don't get to know who that person is, right? Not in 10 minutes. But what we're going to do, our data scientists in the 1Route labs have come up with 15 new questions that in 10 minutes now, we can actually get to know who that person really is. So with that being said, are you ready to take the 1Route questionnaire?
Oh boy, I guess so. I feel like now I'm getting nervous.
You talk telecom all day, but we want you to talk
Yeah,
about
you bring
yourself.
personal questions in, and it's like a new ball game.
Yep.
That's what this is for. We want to shine the spotlight on Latro and Megan James because you're rocking it over there in Dubai. So we need to know who you really are. Megan, are you ready?
I'm ready.
What is the best condiment?
I'm a big ranch girl
Me
or
too.
ketchup. Yeah.
Both great choices.
That's the wrong answer, but just kidding. You can have your ranch and ketchup together, I guess. I don't know. Mustard was the
I
right
don't know about that.
I don't remember that either.
Okay, if you only had 5 minutes in a grocery store, what would you buy?
Wow. I probably would hit up the produce. I probably would hit up the produce section, look for some nice avocados, I
Yes.
think.
God, do they have guacamole in Dubai?
I mean, yes, they also have avocados.
If they have avocados, you can have guacamole, right?
You sure can.
All right, now for some hard-hitting questions, Megan. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
I agree.
Nope.
No.
Okay, hold on. So you have a piece of bread, meat, and a piece of bread, right?
You do.
So is it a
But
sandwich?
no.
The
And
hinge on the bread changes everything.
I think it does. That's actually what I was thinking in my mind.
A hot dog is in its own category.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Maybe it's the type of meat or the hodgepodge of meat a hot dog.
Okay, Megan, do you have a hidden talent?
Ooh, I don't think so. I don't think. Ooh, I don't think so. I'm sorry.
It is so hidden you don't even know it yet.
Yeah, I guess so.
Exactly.
I guess I need to try to find it.
So if the police showed up at your door and arrested you without any explanation, what would your friends and family assume you've done?
Well, due to the nature of my work, they would probably think that I'm involved in some sort of telecom fraud.
Fair enough.
That's fair enough, for
Clarify,
sure.
I'm not.
Yeah, to just so the audience knows Megan is not doing telecom fraud. She's stopping it.
Yes. What was the last book you read?
Well, I'm in a leadership development program through Latro. So I think that the last book that I read was through that, and it was Winning by Jack Welch, I think it is.
Megan, if you could have any walk-in song anytime you entered a room or a meeting, what would your walk-in song be?
Wow, that's an excellent question.
Thank you. Data scientists, they know these things.
I really love Blink 182.
Okay.
So it would probably be something along Blink 182 lines.
There you
I
go.
love it.
Little Travis Barker back there.
This is a fun one. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Well, we've been traveling a lot since we moved to Dubai, so we're like constantly thinking of the next place that we're going to travel to. And the next place on our list that we really want to go to is Vietnam. I've not been there yet and really want to go.
That'd be cool. I was about to say Dubai, this is like a hub. I mean, you can go anywhere.
Yeah,
Any direction.
it is. Yeah, it's amazing.
That's awesome. I'm going to bring it back to music again. If you could erase any song from the history of music, what song would that be?
Probably the Baby Shark song.
That's a good answer.
That is a good answer, man.
I don't know why that was the first thing that came to mind.
No, that gets played a lot in my house, and I don't know why that's not one of the first ones in my. I think I've grown so numb to it now, because now there's like Baby Shark remixes. It's like, how do
Oh
you
my
gosh.
remix a song? It's horrible. Watch out, Blink 182 is gonna do Baby Shark before long.
Uh-oh. That would be sad. Do you collect anything?
So, as I said, we've been traveling a lot since moving here. So, I guess you could say collection, kind of. Every time we travel to a new country, we try to get just like a small piece of artwork to hang on our wall in our apartment, like that's representative of wherever it is that we're going. So, I guess like small pieces of artwork from different countries.
I love that. That's very cool.
Megan, who was your favorite teacher?
I really liked and respected my one professor at Mercyhurst University. His name was Professor
school.
Mills. Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Sorry to interrupt you. Professor Mills, you're awesome.
Professor Mills. Everyone was like terrified of him. He was really hard, really strict at grading. Personally, I feel like he had a little bit of a soft spot for me, but he like really pushed everyone to like their next level, and everyone came in like so focused, so ready to hear what he was about to say, like a little bit terrified, but I think he got really good results out of all of his students. So really respect him, Professor Mills.
What did he teach?
I think that he taught various classes in my degree for intelligence studies. So I think the one class I'm thinking of is writing for intelligence. So he was real strict in writing styles and intelligence reports.
Sounds like you have to be intelligent to do that. Intelligence.
Yes. Okay, this is a very important question. What is the best candy bar?
Snickers.
I agree.
Without hesitation.
Alyssa, I feel like we have a lot in common.
Yes, I think so.
Let's see how well this is not part of the questions. Do you like Taylor Swift?
Of course.
Oh,
That's
no,
also a
here we go.
no-brainer.
Jeffrey doesn't like Taylor Swift.
Sorry, Taylor
Oh,
Swift.
you get daughters. You're gonna have to change your mind.
Yep.
No, I've already been told. I have all the respect so before 1Route gets off and gets canceled because of me, I have all the respect for Taylor Swift. It's just not my style. We're gonna get canceled before we can even start.
Yep.
All right, Megan, what kind of secret society would you start?
Gosh, I don't know. This is probably something around like people who are obsessed with just random home organization.
There you go.
I have like a real weird obsession with just like wanting to constantly like organize all my cabinets, my closets, and things like
No,
probably some
That'd be awesome.
I was supposed to say there's a show about that where they bring
like
in
the home edit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my wife would join your secret organization.
I would join.
My oldest daughter needs to join. I'll tell you that.
Another important question. What would you do if you lost your phone for the day?
If it wasn't a work day, then I guess nothing would change because I'm usually on my computer anyways. And if it was the weekend, then I guess I would just really enjoy some alone time by myself.
Solid.
All right, Megan, last question for you. What brings you hope?
What brings me hope? Jesus.
There you go. One word, one and done.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, Megan James, you are now a known person. So for whoever watches this, they'll know who you are and where you stand, especially on Baby Shark. So that's not going to be your walk-in song. We really appreciate you spending time with us today, and we thank you for the work that you're doing for our industry to make it better. To you and the Latro team, y'all are doing amazing work, and we really appreciate you. So thank you for joining us.
Thanks,
So,
Jeffrey and Alyssa.
Absolutely. To the rest of everybody else that's watching this, please feel free to subscribe, like, Insta tweet, face chat, whatever you do these days. And be sure to follow us to keep up with the series of the 1Route Roundup and get to watch and learn about amazing people like Megan. So be sure to follow us, and we'll see you on the next go round. Megan, one last thing that I almost left off, and I apologize. What is on the horizon for you? This is all that's left to do is you look at the camera and tell us what's on the horizon for Megan James.
What's on the horizon? I guess just continuing down this product management journey. It's kind of new to me. I'm really excited about it. I have a new team of people to support me, and just continuing to try to make and improve existing products for Latro and see where that takes us.
Awesome. Well said, Megan.
Love it.
Thank you so much. Alyssa and I appreciate you.
Yes.
And we look forward to
Thank you.
catching up in the future. Maybe one of these days we'll make it back over to Dubai someday. So we appreciate it. To the audience, we'll see you on the next go round.